Hello everybody, I'm the Chris who plays games. Welcome to your CPG stream of the evening. I play retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever. I feel like every Friday at 9:15. And tonight we are playing a very special game. We're playing Super Mario World 2, which I've never actually played on this stream before, despite it being obviously a key part of the Mario canon, because there's a baby in it. And I hate babies. I hate everything about babies. Their cries, their yells, everything. I just hate it all. But, you know, you can't just let it go forever. Sometimes you just have to deal with a baby in your life, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So, thank you all for being here. Mathros, Dark Dragon of Gaming, James Holder, Inu Yugi, and everybody else, welcome to the stream. If Baby Mario falls off Yoshi's back, the countdown timer will begin. When it reaches 0, Comics Toadies will kidnap Baby Mario. The more stars I collect, the safer I am. It will count back up to 10, and I will complete stages by finding a place that I can take Baby Mario and get rid of him. I do like the getting rid of him part. That does seem like it is very much my style, so we'll see how quickly we can get rid of this baby and go on from there. If the game audio is too loud or too quiet, let me know. If my audio is too loud or too quiet, let me know. But yes, welcome everybody, welcome. Happy Monday, on this Monday, April 23rd, 2018, and happy to have all of you here. Alright, what are you going to tell me? Oh, you're going to tell me how to make eggs? Okay. I'm pretty sure I know how to make eggs. And throw eggs. There we go. Boom, boom, ba-da-bum-ba-bum. Okay. Flowers are good because they add to my points. Cool. Oh, probably could have done something different with that, but so it goes. I feel like the sound is kind of weirdly... I don't know, maybe it's just my... Something's wrong. My headphones. I'm using Jess's headphones, and I'm not entirely sure that the cable works very well. Because my headphones are at the office, unfortunately, because I'm a big dumbass. Oh no! Oh no! Baby! Stop crying, baby! I don't want you to cry. I hate your crying. It's the dumbest noise ever. Anyway, so happy Monday. I hope everyone had a decent Monday. I know that Mondays are not always everyone's favorite day, so I hope yours was at least okay. My Monday was okay. You know, things that were broken, things that were fixed, everything else like that. Yes, the wah, wah, wah noise is just not very friendly. Not very friendly at all. Alright, what do we got here? Alrighty. We'll just wander past these guys, jump through here, and there we go. Pink Yoshi, take it away. Hat spin for that. Wark, wark. I don't even know what a chocobo wark sounds like. Wark, wark. I don't know, something like that. I know like the chocobo race song if I hear it, but that's about it, so. Good job, you threw it to the red Yoshi. So I've seen a bunch of people play this before, but I've never actually played it. In fact, one of the people who watches the stream, who's in Germany at the moment, I watched him stream this game for quite a while. He was streaming it. I think he was going for 100% completion, and we know how I feel about completionism. Well, that's not good. Did I die? I guess I did die. Okay. Alright, so note to self, don't go in the pit. Allow those things to just go ahead and make their little selves known and not bother me! Okay. There may be flies on some of you guys, but there ain't no flies on me. Alrighty. There we go. The middle ring, and now I continue from there. Okay, continue post, great. Alright, we will go ahead and get rid of this. Take this up. Upsy baby, upsy mozzie, upsy daisy. But yes, anything to get rid of that stupid baby crying would be a good thing. Yeah, chocobos. You know, chocobos from Final Fantasy VII. They say wark. I think that's the word for what they say. Oh, okay. This is like pits? No, it's not pits. Okay, we're good. All's well. We'll just go in here. Through here. Alright. Oh, it's a 1-up. That's nice. Fortunately, I can't seem to get up. Okay. So let's go all the way back here. Then I have to go where? Where do I have to go? Go this way. Yes, yes. Oh, that was interesting. I got like a double thing there somehow. Oh, no, no, god damn it. Work, 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 work. That's what I think, that's the noise I think of Choco is making. I never actually played any Final Fantasies before 7. I played FF8, 7, 8. I think at one point I played 9 and 10, or I guess it's X. Yeah, how come you can you normally do that thing twice? No, I guess it's because he bumped his head that it works? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Go this way, over we go. And yeah. Yeah, my headphones, I'm gonna have to see if I can fix my headphones real quick. Oh, crap! No! No! Let me out! Baby, come back! I don't like you scrying. There we go. Problem solved. Whew. Uh-oh. Big guy coming through. And in we go. Excellent. Toss to the next Yoshi. Blue Yoshi, take it away. Ah, there we go. Now I've got sound again. Hello, Mikey L the Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here, as always. I was, so I went to a house party on Saturday, and in addition to, handing out flyers for the current, municipal broadband project I'm working on, I also was, able to sing, and dance to an acoustic Never Gonna Give You Up, played by someone on a guitar. I think that's what the Rickroll song's called, right? Yeah. So that was good fun. But yes, I got to dance with a lovely NB lady named Lainey, who was a bunch of fun to dance to at like 2 in the morning at this house party. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I don't like you. Okay, so when you hit the ground, you turn into chomper things. Roll over here. I assume at some point this game will get harder, and it won't be as easy to just walk by all the things that bother me, but in the meantime, I am taking advantage of what I've got. Yeah, so I've considered, the biggest thing for me is that I don't have a lot of gaming time that is non-stream, and, like, RPGs are long. That's the reason I don't play them on stream. There we go. There we go. Do this. There you go. Get out of here, chompy, chomp chomp. Ah, crap. No. That's my entirely my fault for rushing. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom, shakalaka. So what makes the game buggy and broken? Straighten the bow tie here. Give a hat spin for the win. Hello, Salsa Louise. Happy Monday. Okay, now we're gonna get a dungeon, a castle, whatever it's called. We're gonna do one of those. The reality is that I just don't have enough patience for most of these things, I think. Alright, what is in these buckets? Coins, okay. There's coins as well. I'm hoping like one of them's gonna be like an extra life or something. Final Fantasy IV. Alright, anybody else have a Final oh god. Anyone else have a favorite Final Fantasy that I should be aware of? I don't know. I guess I could just do an RPG. We could just spend a month playing like Final Fantasy 1. I'm sure everyone would love that. Bert the Bashful's for it. Alright. I guess we're dealing with Bert the Bashful here. Oh god. I got fire. You can't take me. Alright, 20 little stars. That's great. Alright. I don't need any more of those. Go ahead and blow you up. Oh god. Going back the other way. Nope. So are those things that were broken on it when it came out originally as well? Like, they're not newly broken because the game is old. They're just like the game was poorly designed. I guess I'm trying to make the distinction between broken and badly designed. Those are two different things in my mind. I realize they're, you know, not a lot different, but get out of here. You can just stand there and block me. You cannot do that. There we go. And his name is John Cena. Oh god. I feel like I actually saw some wrestling thing with John Cena in it recently. I was watching some WrestleMania 2015 or something like that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Do I get anything for that? I do. Nice. I have to actually run and get it though. Good. Didn't actually need it, but whatever. Never know. Never know. Okay. There we go. Oh, I lost all my eggs. How did I lose all my eggs? Alright, give me eggs. I'm gonna kill some Bert the Bashful here. Vroom vroom. I'm a running yellow machine. Okay, cool. Got probably plenty of life. Alright. Yes, I'm still on the baby's side. Why wouldn't I be? Uh-oh. Got magic dust. Gonna make this thing big and evil, probably, and then he's gonna try and bounce on top of me and kill me. Don't like that. Oops. Alright. Now you're kind of on top of me, so... Oh no! Boom. It's actually hard to miss him given that the walls in this thing bounce. I do need to get some more of those eggs though. Ah! Ah, there we go. Aha! You are down, Mr. Balloon Man. Hey, Mr. Balloon Man, put a record on. I wanna dance with my baby. And when the Balloon Man pops, you're never gonna stop. You're gonna drive me crazy. Music makes the Balloon Man pop his popping. So is it just that these games didn't have enough playtesting? Like what? Like, or is it that, you know, the design was there and they never finished it? It's weird to me to think that like a game series could just always be broken like that, you know? Like what am I missing? As a software developer, if after 7, you know, releases of something I still had not managed to get magic stats right, I feel like I would be past the thing. No, Balloon Man is not a real song. Hey, Mr. DJ, put a record on. I wanna dance with my baby. And when the music stops, we're never gonna start. I'm gonna drive you crazy. That's a real song. But I just replaced the DJ with a Balloon Man. Sing us a song, Mr. Balloon Man. Sing us a song tonight, and we're all in the mood for a melody. No, let's see. I got this, hold on, I got too many things in my head. I got this game music going on, I got the Piano Man going on. So sing us a song, Mr. Balloon Man. Sing us a song tonight, and we're all in the mood for a melody. And you got us feeling alright. Yeah, I can't really come up with a good set of balloon-related words. Give us some helium, Mr. Balloon Man. Make us all float away. And when we're up in the sky, you know that we'll have a great day. La la da da dee da. That's right. Mr. Piano Man and the tune of oh god! In the key of Yoshi. There we go. I survived. Aha! I have successed. I love my success. There we go. I think this is a stage in one of the Smash Brothers games. Oh god. I feel like the Wii version of Smash had a level that was very similar to this. Anyway, it's good to see you, Gaming Lawyer. Happy to have you here. As always. Give me something good. No, that's not really good. So if you're a completionist, of course, you're going for all of these different coins and everything else like that, finding all the secrets. I'm just like, get me through the level. Gosh darn it. Consarn it. Gosh nabbit. Gar dang it. Hey, I got an extra life. That's nice. Oh god. Alright. And that's it. Alright, so who do we think the next color Yoshi is going to be? We've gone through purple, blue, pink. I think this one is going to be red. Oh, it's brown. Gosh darn it. Alright, well, so it goes. Got all the colors of the rainbow. Bonus challenge. Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that. Hey, I got 30 stars though, so that's cool. You can tell because it lit up. I got them all. Alright, flip cards. Aim at the cursor and press A, blah blah blah. If I get Kamek, I lose. Okay. Oh no! I should have flipped it. Oh well. So it goes. I mean, that's definitely the good way to think about it, Mike. I definitely can see that. So, let's see. I talked a little bit during my last stream about the fact that I got to see Senator Ed Markey and former FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler at an event here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, hosted by MIT. Currently working on setting up the ACLU's policy director for another event talking about the public option for internet. What's going on? Should I have read that thing? I did not read it. I will just shoot you and shoot you. So yeah, I'm trying to set up an event at Google where I will be hosting folks for that. And so I should know a little bit more about that tomorrow. I am currently... Oh, that's right. I've also taken over the Upgrade Cambridge Facebook page, so I'm using like scheduled posts on Facebook for the first time, trying to build up some hype there. I don't know that I've been super successful yet, but we are getting more post reach now than we used to. We're getting a few more people seeing the content as I try and take, you know, interesting news articles about municipal broadband from various places around the state and around the country and share them. Municipal broadband is, of course, a really useful thing for, like, you know, ensuring net neutrality, because cities can make their own rules for what rules have to be followed on the network if it's a city-owned network. So that gives a lot of content right now that people are kind of interested in, so... And then on Thursday, I'm hopefully going to go to an event hosted by like a local journalist and policy guy who's going to tell me how to interest journalists. So basically just how to interact with journalism about local like policy efforts and other things like that. So I'm trying to get that together. Oh god, no! Baby, just stay on my back. I don't know why you keep wandering off. Like a small child just wandering into the middle of a fight. It's just... Yeah, Agit Pie is... I don't know. Supremely evil. Brad Pritchard, who can't hear me. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Well, so are there FF games where there isn't grinding that's horrible? Like, is 6 significantly worse than anything else? Because my general perception is that most RPGs have grindy problems. Well, I'm glad you can hear me now, so that you know that I love you, Brad. Oh god. I don't know what, like, how do I, there we go, okay. Like, how do I get rid of these things? Oh gosh. I bet there's nothing interesting in here. Ugh! Well, there's definitely nothing interesting in there, I can't even go in. Oh god! No! What the friggity frick frick? God damn it. I mean, I'm not sure what I want for Agit Pie, but getting hit with a pie in the face would not be either the best or the worst that I could picture. I mean, Brad Pritchard is a pretty good guy to follow. If you're gonna pick someone on the internet and be like, I want my channel to be like that guy, I would say Brad Pritchard is probably #1. Maybe #2. Jose Angel's #1. I think that's like a pretty solid choice. There we go. Alright, there we go. Come on, Acorn! Up we go. Okay, so what is this? There's nothing? There's something? No, it's just... See, I want to know before I, like, go into something that it's not going to be very useful. Hey, and it's red! Hat spin for the win. Tidy up my, Scratch 3 boxes, uncover Marios to get 1-ups. Alright, I'm gonna scratch this one. Give me a Mario, give me a Mario, give me a Mario. Not a Mario. Yeah. Give me a Mario, give me a Mario, give me a Mario. Yes. Alright, let's get one more Mario. Oh, well, I got 1-up. That's not bad. I mean, I know it's hard to save up for a green screen like that, Brad, so... it's reasonable. Oh. Ah! Ah, that stupid crying. Good God. Alright, so there's a locked door there. Oh no! Damn it. That did not go so well. I was thinking there was going to be more flow below there, but there wasn't. Well, let's hat spin for some good luck here. Yeah, so Municipal Broadband has become my hobby, my passion, my life. And so if you do not enjoy hearing about Municipal Broadband, you may just want to unsubscribe now, because I expect that it's something you're going to hear a lot about over the next few months. Is traffic bad on the 101? Do you call it the 101? They call it the 101, right? That's the whole California thing. They add the before words that shouldn't have it, like the I-5 and other things like that. Alright. Okay. Puffballs. Do not appreciate. Oh. I don't think this is better. I think this is worse. So I think that instead of drone, so for project, I don't remember what it's called. Not Wing, but and not Loon. Is it Loon? So Google is doing Wi-Fi with balloons, right? And it's not actually Wi-Fi. I think they're trying to do wireless cell service. Aha! Got you! And I'll take this. Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Now that marijuana is almost legal in Massachusetts, I should consider what my plans are to take advantage of that. Problem being that I don't really like smoking, so... I guess technically possession of marijuana is already legal. Oh, and I guess Massachusetts is pursuing, like, amnesty, not amnesty, whatever, like, getting rid of, like, expunging sentences, I heard. I don't know much about it. I just heard it from I think Jess mentioned it to me at some point, but, which is awesome. I mean, should absolutely do that. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Damn it. Don't do that. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I agree, Mike. I think that, shrooms is much more likely. The hallucinogenic properties of marijuana is not exactly what it's most known for. Although I guess some people do have that. I mean, weed affects everyone differently, right? That's what I hear. Oh, absolutely, Mathros. And with Obama, it was, like, clear. He was like, look, we're not gonna bother with freaking marijuana. Like, that's not a thing we're gonna do. But I don't want... I mean, now we have, you know, Turtleface himself, Sessions, so, it's a much more plausible thing to be worried about. I don't know. Let's go ahead and flip this back over. Damn it. I need a egg. Give me some eggs. No? No eggs? Fine. You look like an egg. Oh, you're not. But yeah, so the big like the whole distinction between federal and state is definitely interesting. And Jeff Sessions has already claimed that like he's gonna go after medical patients in Massachusetts and other things like that. And I mean, it's so stupid. Like, marijuana should just be legal. Schumer's trying to legalize it, which is good, but his bill doesn't include any expunging of federal sentences that were granted under previous marijuana law, which is bad. But, you know, you gotta start somewhere, so that's, I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst, but I do tend to agree with the large number of people who say, like, look, you're gonna legalize weed now, you're gonna have a bunch of white people like John Boehner get rich off of it, while you still got millions of people, or, you know, tons and tons of people who are, you know, chilling in jail because you decided that, you know, this was the devil's weed and you had to penalize it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It should not be the way that we do things. It's simply, you know, in a lot of ways, really unfair. And I realize that life isn't fair, and we shouldn't pretend that it is, but on the other hand, we don't need to make it any more unfair. Yeah, exactly. I mean, sure. I mean, I know there's going to be, like, once marijuana is legal, I think there's going to be a bunch of movements from people who are like, oh, we should allow some smoking in public places now, or, like, in parks or other things like that, where cigarette smoking has been banned for a long time. And I'm like, no. Like, no, that's still, like, totally, you know, you want to blow smoke up someone's ass? You go do it in your own home. Don't bring my shit into this. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that, and then I want to do this. Insane and violent. Yeah, Reefer Madness is the most ridiculous thing. Ah, shit. Okay, I can't do that. I want to push this back now. There we go. Back we go to wait for a woman of less discriminating taste. There we go. Hello, Jose on Hell. I disagree, Jose. I think that I wouldn't want the exhaust of a car to be blowing in my face, and I feel the same way about marijuana smoke and cigarette smoke. Like, as someone who has asthma, I want to be able to enjoy shared public spaces without having to worry for my health. And I think that that's something that we should be cognizant of. I don't think that we should allow smoking inside, you know, bars and restaurants. I don't think that we should allow it inside. At parks is different because they're big spaces, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. But, you know, not within 100 feet of entrances to buildings, you know, other things like that. So, hello, Wangster. There's always interesting conversations here. That's just the way we roll. I just realized I have no eggs. So I don't know how this is gonna work for me. Probably not well. Oh, this guy just pushes me around. Okay. Oops. All right. Head spin for the win. Yeah, so parks I'm more meh about. But I think you pointed this out, Jose, which was that, like, you know, San Francisco has passed all these ordinances doing things like banning smoking in public parks. And they're targeted at cigarette smoking, but of course they're going to apply equally to all types of smoking, and they should, because if you're going to tell people they shouldn't smoke cigarettes, you can't be a hypocrite and then change your mind when the smoking is the type that you enjoy. That's not fair. Alright, cool. I did it. Oh, I completely disagree with that. I think that marijuana smoke smells way, way better than tobacco. I mean, I will also say that I think I tend to react worse to tobacco smoke. And so for me, some of my reaction is going to be based on my personal aversion to tobacco because I can't breathe around it, but I definitely would rather have marijuana smoke than tobacco smoke. Yeah, vaping is different. I mean, I can accept that vaping is different, but I think that there's also, like, cultural aspects around that, so... I think that, like, the actual, you know, health effects, positive or negative, of vaping have not really been firmly established at this point, but maybe I'm wrong. I feel like, you know, I feel like vaping is a new enough technology that it's not been as well studied as other things like, you know, actual smoking, like cigarettes and so on and so forth. But, I don't know. Oh, 100%. Like, all of my concerns about marijuana in public places are entirely around the smoke aspect of it. Like, smoke in public places is a concern for me. And again, like, I realize that I have special levels of concerns on some of this because of, like, growing up with asthma, and you know, and still experiencing an inability to breathe due to asthma sometimes, so... Oh no! What the f... Ugh, get out of here. Oh, no, 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 no. God damn it. Yes, restart from the middle ring. This is dumb. Just kept going. At least there's a lot of coins here. So I guess the question for me is, so when I drink, I have a problem when I drink. My problem when I drink is that when I have had one drink, I think that 2 drinks is the appropriate number of drinks. It gives me a slight buzz, you know, it's not going to make me too loopy, but I feel, you know, a little bit more relaxed, and that's fine. The problem being that when I get to the point where I've had 2 drinks, my position is like, I would like to drink all of the booze there is in the world. So, you know, I go from 1 drink, okay, 2 drinks is fine, you know, 1.5 drinks, okay, 2 drinks is gonna be fine, and then when I get up to about 2 drinks, I'm like, I must drink all the things. And I'm a little bit like, I don't know how that would work with marijuana. I don't know, like, if it's something that, you know, can you maintain, like, a steady buzz carefully? You know, if you take a hit from a vape pen every 15 minutes, is that going to do that for you? If you just eat... Like, I know edibles are kind of famous for taking a long time to kick in and resulting in people being like, this isn't working, I'm going to eat more, or other silly things like that. So I assume that edibles would be hard to do that with. Yeah, so Matrix, like, the water vapor itself may not be, but there's other things in the water vapor, you know, the oils that are used or other things like that. Yeah, see, like, not doing anything for 2 hours is weird for me, I guess. I really enjoy, like, I enjoy beer because I can, like, I can have a beer in my hand and, like, be... Oh, God. And I can, like, actually be taking action on it, like, you know, kind of sipping at it or whatever else like that all night. And I still, like, am okay. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Oh, okay. Cool. What the? You just steal my baby? What do you think you're doing? God, I really... Like, if I play this game again, I definitely am gonna try and change that baby noise to something like a chocobo noise. Super Mario World with baby replaced with chocobo noise. So the last time I took a hit and then had a drink, I ended up feeling absolutely garbage, and I, like, puked. Like, I just kind of, like, curled up in the corner on the couch and then puked 2 hours later. So, maybe for me that's not an effective approach. It may be that marijuana just isn't for me. Like, this is a thing that I have to learn, right? In the same way that, like, I don't like stouts. You know, I don't know. I do, Mathros, yes. Oh, what am I doing? Alright, what did she tell me to do? Such a superstar and become powerful, Mario. Okay, well, where's a superstar? That looks like a superstar. Gotcha. Oh no! Whoa! 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 Alright. See, I kind of enjoy, like, one of the things that I enjoy about drinking is that I can shout and people don't think that I'm angry. At them, at least. I mean, I say this kind of jokingly, but it is actually true that one of the things that I enjoy, so there's like a weekly company-wide happy hour, and I enjoy the fact that, you know, I can have a drink or two, and I can just be really angry about things, and people are like, oh, it's just the booze. And I'm sitting here going like, no, it's not just the booze, but it makes it socially acceptable for me to just be really angry about something and just shout, like, you know, shout my head off about it, so. I can't buy it yet. So it's legal for me to have it, but it's not legal, like, no one can sell it legally. So the only thing that I could do would be to grow my own pot, which I'm not gonna grow, like, a vape pen. I'm also not gonna grow pot at all. Like, so seems like an extremely complicated thing to do well. And I can't keep, like, my, what's the plant that you're supposed to keep it alive by? You just put, like, an ice cube on it or something like that? It's like a, you know, a lily. I can't keep our lily alive, much less a pot plant, so. Is this a modded game? No, Nate Quick, this is just run-of-the-mill, standard Super Mario World 2. Nothing special about it at all. Never played it before. Just wanted to get in and try it for myself. I've seen lots of people play it, of course. I have generally avoided it because the crying Mario drives me crazy, but I finally have given in to the temptation, and I'm playing the game, so. Yeah, in New Hampshire, they have to pretend that their pot supply stores are like for, you know, in-home gardening or something like that. But in Massachusetts now, they can just, you know, do that shit. All right, what do we got? All right, we're good. Oh, wait, this does not seem like the way to go. Oh god. Well, I lost my only egg. Ah! Yeah. So when Alicia moved into Hampshire, it was still in the, like, I think that they had, like, it had either just passed or was, you know, like, had not really kind of, people hadn't really changed their behavior yet, and it was very much the, you know, we're still telling you that your hydroponics is for flowers. But yeah, my expectation is that smoking is not a thing that will work for me. Vaping, maybe. Edibles, maybe, but it seems like it's a bad fit for the, like, I fear that I would be that guy who's like, this isn't doing anything, and eat, like, 6 brownies in an hour, and then just spend the next, like, 2 days completely sick. So, I don't know. Anyway, hello, Mark. Good to see you. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Whew. Oh. Knew that was gonna be a problem. Wanted that extra life, but just could not get it together. I mean, brownies, cookies, whatever, like... I'm not being really thoughtful or picky about it. I mean, the real question that I don't know is, like, how they're going to actually manage the, sales in Cambridge. Whether they'll be like where you'll be able to get things. Hello, or Chaos. Yeah, I just don't I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess I have to try things. Is the answer. Or not. I mean, I could also just, like, not participate in marijuana. Like, that's fine, too. I act like it's some foregone conclusion that I must find some way to enjoy, pot, and that's not necessarily true. I would like to, because I don't know. I guess part of it to me is just, like, it's one of the things that I have never done because it's illegal, and, like, not doing something just because it's illegal feels silly. So in the same way that I would love to drive on the Autobahn so that I could see what it's like to drive, you know, 100 miles an hour or whatever, and not feel like I have to look over my shoulder for the cops, it's something that I'm interested in trying. Alright, what do we got? We got... Alright, Superstar. Sure. Well, so the problem, Mark, is there's still a lot of, like, there's a lot of non-hippie Canterbrigians, it turns out. What? Oh, there's, like, secrets here. Ah! Giant blob, go away! But yeah, all of the, like, NIMBY crowd is definitely still here, and they have some power, man, so we'll see how it's going. Navy blue with silver and a gray tie and white dress shoes and a vest matching the tie. Well, that sounds good. I'm glad you sounds like you got yourself all set up here. You know exactly what it's gonna be. That's pretty cool. I never knew that. I would, like, go to the tuck shop and be like, I don't know, give me the usual. And be like, what do you mean, the usual? I'm like, I don't, like, know. Do I look like the kind of guy who knows what you wear to formal events? And they'd be like, good point. No, you do not. So, how do I get that? I want that. Guess I'm gonna have to figure it out, because I don't think I'm gonna get out of the level otherwise. Maybe I am. Let's find out. But yeah, I hope you have fun, Gatin. My daughter, and I actually took my daughter out to get shoes and for her dress and had that altered today. So we went out to Lord & Taylor's here in Boston at the Prudential Building and got her all set up with that. Fuck. Ah! Work, work. Alright, cool. And done. Are you gonna have a rainbow bow tie? Because we all know that rainbow bow ties, some of the best bow ties. Like, you should definitely look into one of those. Not really. That would not be a good prom look. Take care of yourself, Louise. Especially not this one, which is like super cheap, pre-tied and like an elastic band. This is not a lie. Bow ties are cool. You and your opinions on bow ties. I see how it goes. Next, you'll be telling me that you shouldn't wear a rainbow tux. I wonder if there are rainbow tuxes. I want a rainbow tux now. Not enough to, like, pay for one, but... Alright. Let's see. Here come the booze. Here come the booze, here come the booze, here come the booze. What's that from? Here come the drugs, here come the... I'm thinking of something in my head, but I don't know what it is. Alright, upsy daisy, upsy daisy, upsy daisy. Oops. But nice to kind of connect to that mid ring, but whatever. I have to survive. I will survive as long as I know how to love. I know I'll be alive, and I got all my life to live. I got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Yeah, I mean, that feels like the right level of correctness, frankly. Alright. Alright, so what I gotta do, I gotta wait, and then I gotta go over to the left, and then we'll see what I can do. Alright. Now, in the meantime, you get out of here. What? Ugh! Okay, so I can't kill them that way. I think the answer is I gotta go out of here. Try again. Oh god! Okay, we're fine. All's well. Nope, that's not gonna work. Alright. Whatchamacallit? You don't take me anywhere useful. You, I don't have a key. I'm like confused here. Think, think, think. Those. The sparkling ring is the midpoint ring, so by getting it, you continue from that point. Alright, let's try this. Aha. Okay, so now I can go back here. Go in this door. Alright. Well, hello, Chris, the other Chris who plays games. Happy to see you. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. So yes, what else happened today? Oh yeah, so like my primary job at work is to kind of work on maintaining a data pipeline. I work on a data pipeline team. We maintain data. It's what we do. And someone came to me and was like, hey, your data pipeline's broken. Like, look, it's been broken for, you know, N time period. How have you not done anything about this? And like, okay, it's a little bit unfortunate that we missed that our data pipeline was misreporting. But we look into it and I'm like, but it's not my fault. Someone else did this. And so now I'm like on a bug with like 14 different people commenting on trying to figure out like what went wrong and things like that. It's like, oh, you think it's my fault? I don't think it's my fault. I think it's YouTube's fault. It's good to me, actually. I don't know. I have a more spinny hat than my thumbnail. So my thumbnail does actually have a spinny hat in it. It's oh, interesting. Okay. You can't, I didn't outline it in white, and you can't really see it because it's like blue against black. That's from my other spinny hat, the one that's all red in the front, so, yeah. I mean, rule number 7 is it's always CPG's fault, so it's probably my fault. Yeah, so I have 2 different spinny hats now. And one has a blue propeller and one has an orange propeller, and the blue propeller doesn't show up very well in the thumbnail. It's there if you really squint, but you almost certainly wouldn't see it on mobile. Stats for Chris's friends. I mean, really, they should call it stats for strobe, but, you know. Yeah, that sounds like something the cops would do. Oh no! Why did I do that? Why did I walk right into that ghost? Don't do that. God, I hate everything. The world sucks. Alright, let's go. In a more fun story, Jose pointed out to me earlier that, a man is going to jail for 50 years for stealing fajita meat. And I was like, that sounds like an interesting story. So it turns out for, like, you know, he works in the Department of Corrections, and for the past, like, very long time period, he has been ordering, he's been using the, like, the prison account to, because it's so silly. Like, it's so silly. Well, you didn't eat the frickin' meat, you sold it. But yeah, so he would order like 800 pounds of fajita meat and have it delivered to his place of work, and then he would sell it on the side. Yeah, drop frames isn't really the relevant thing. It's the, so drop frames is on the client side. What you really want to know is whether the, like the network activity, oh, but you're on mobile, but whether the network activity number seems like it's kind of stable. That's what you really want to know. Alright, so what, I gotta bounce off the wall or something? I'll grab this while you got me here. There we go. Oh no! Aha! I got you before you cried! Take that, baby! You can cry at me, but you cannot. Alright. Hello, Stingray! Oh no! Oh no, 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 there we go. We're all good. Bandwidth remains at 0. I mean, bandwidth remains at 0 sounds like something's broken in the reporting on the client side, because if you're getting 0 bandwidth, you probably aren't seeing any updates. Well, so the bow tie goes with the overall outfit, so I am now much more, rainbow than I used to be. So I've got the tutu, I've got the rainbow leggings, courtesy of Brad, I got the rainbow socks, I got the rainbow armbands, I got the bow tie, and of course the hat. Yeah, I'm a rainbowed out kind of guy now. That's what you're learning here. So there's a couple of reasons for that. Like, what primary reason is because work told me I could no longer wear the Nugler hat. They said that was verboten, although they didn't say it in German. And so I was like, okay, well, I can't wear my Nugler hat because they're afraid that it will seem to people like I am representing Google when I talk. Fine, whatever. I think that's silly, but that's just the way that HR is going to be, then that's the way HR is going to be, and I'm not going to fight with them over it, because fighting with HR is what Chris DeBona might call a career-limiting move. And so yeah, so I was like, okay, fine. And so I didn't wear a hat for a while. For a couple of my streams, I didn't wear the hat. And I kept getting questions like, where is your hat? Because, of course, like, the hat wasn't about the fact that I'm a freaking, like, Googler. It was about the fact that I've been wearing a rainbow hat since I started streaming, you know, 2.5 years ago. And so I was like, well, fine. Like, if I'm gonna go back to streaming, I need a freaking hat. And so I went on Amazon and I bought a hat. And, oh my god, stupid baby. I mean, I will say one thing for that baby thing is it really does make you want to not lose your main character because, good god, is that annoying. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about it. I blame your Metro AWOL. I don't want to have babies anyway. I hate babies. And so yeah, so because I was not allowed to wear my Nugler hat, I went to Amazon and I bought a new hat. And as soon as I did that, Amazon was like, oh, you like rainbow colored hats? Like, you must like rainbow colored everything. And so and so they started just showing me all the rainbow things. And so now I've got, the rainbow armbands were the second, because I was like, those are cool, like, I can get into that. And then after that, I just went through and just made, like, a wish list of everything that is rainbow colored. So I bought the socks, the arm warmers, the hat, and, I think the bow tie. And I bought all those on my own. And then I was like, okay, I've already spent $70 on rainbow stuff. Like, I have to stop at some point. And so now I have the wish list, which is how Brad bought me the rainbow leggings, which is why I have those now. And I still have lots of other things on there that I said I'd wear, so... But yeah, so Amazon correctly deduced that, if you show me all rainbow things... Well, especially if you show me all rainbow things primarily being... Oh, and the tutu. Of course, the tutu. So if you show me all rainbow things primarily being worn by, like, half-naked, you know, fit women, this is going to be an effective means to convince me to buy things. And so, so here we are. But yeah, so that is why I am super rainbow. The bow tie is one of the recent ones. I also have suspenders that Mrs. CPG got me, but I don't have a good way to attach them yet, so... Oh, I'm sorry, AWOL. So Jose, are you actually having problems? It was not clear to me if you were having the same level of problems. I assume that since you responded to at least one thing I said, that it's not quite as bad at least. Let's see, what do I gotta do? I gotta do this. All I wanna do is just thank you, even though I don't know who you are. You let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. Is the game... I'm gonna turn down the game a little bit. I feel like the game's a little bit loud relative to my voice. If that was totally wrong, then you should tell me to turn it back up. But I keep looking over at that and being like, it's too loud! Oh hey, Mark, did you see that the CIO of your town has an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal today? Or not, the Washington Post today? I think Jose fixed it, AWOL. That's what I'm hearing. Alright, let's go ahead and go down here. Cool. Jose! Save the day! We can only watch YouTube when you talk. I mean, evidence seems to suggest otherwise, but, you know, you do you. You do you, kid. But yeah, no, Jose, I am perfectly good at, interacting in a polite way with small children, but it does not mean that I like them. I don't like babies. I don't like anything that can't tell me why it is crying. I don't want it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to deal with it. Oh no, I'm out of eggs. Can I... Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, I don't have any eggs, so I can't do anything with those. Awesome. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, oh! I didn't mean to step on your head. God damn it. Yeah, no, I don't think any... like, 2.5 to 3 is approximately as good as as like, young as I want to be around small children. Anything below that, and I'm just like, ugh. I hate anything that can't talk to me. It doesn't have to be able to talk a lot, but it has to be able to communicate more than, you know, a handful of words. 5 or 6 is definitely better. Oh, come on, seriously? You didn't let me have that? I mean, it may be fun, but, like, the problem is that any baby that can only communicate anything that can only communicate, like, minimally communicate non-verbally is going to make me, has the possibility that at some point it will start crying about things I can't understand. And that is annoying. And yes, I am super, like, this is one of the reasons, actually, that, you know, when I was growing up, I was like, you know, I like kids, I like raising kids, but I don't like babies. And I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, I would enjoy being a parent, I just don't want to parent anything, like, you know, younger than 3. But I'm like, but that's not how parenting works. Like, they start small and they get bigger. You can't just be like, yeah, I don't want to bother before a certain age. And then when I started dating Jess, of course, she had, like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my baby. Baby. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I was wrong. I saved it. Adopting was one option, Mathros, but in general, it's more difficult, right? We're not gonna disagree on that. Okay, what is this thing, and why? Why? Okay, it's like a walking cannon or something. Fine. Out of here. But yeah, so generally speaking, I am down on babies. They just have too much power of being unpleasant. My daughter loves babies. She loves to try to coo them and make them happy and do all these other things. And I'm like, more power to you, kid. I'm sorry, Brad. I mean, it's probably better that way because, you know, AWOL couldn't hear me at all. So, you know, could be worse. You could just put on some Kanye, Brad. It'll just be like one of your streams. Can't hear me, but... Okay, I don't know what to do. If anyone wants to tell me which way to go, you are welcome to do so. Crap nuggets. Left, okay. Egg the ball on the platform. Gotcha. Care about that. Yeah, Kanye seems like he had a pretty interesting weekend. He kind of, like, went all red pill this weekend, right? What I heard, anyway. Thank you very much, Dark Dragon. Woo! Them dodges, them dodges. So did Joyanne Reed get caught out with some, like, silly statement she made back in 2005 or something? That's awesome, Dark Dragon. I'm a big fan of cheating, so I appreciate the giving me a chance to try it out, but I will definitely be calling for help as needed. Gotcha. Isn't that great, Nico? I love it. It's part of my whole new rainbow outfit. So I got the leggings, I got the tutu, I got the armbands, and of course the bow tie, because bow ties are cool. Even the doctor said so. I like fezzes. The arm warmers have actually become a day-to-day, like, I wear these to work, I wore them to the party on Saturday. I got so many people complimenting me on that. It's been fun. Ugh. Oh no. Oh, there we go. I think it's funny. So, even though it's old and dumb, I still think it's funny. I don't have a good sense of humor, though, so that's probably, like, evidence that you shouldn't... Jose is right. Ah! There we go. Okay. So now I'm alive. I'm alive. Yeah, the reality is that, like, I mean... any blog platform that has been around since, you know, 2005 has almost certainly been hacked multiple times. Like, that's just the way it goes. One of the greatest games ever made. See, I think that I would enjoy this game a lot more if it didn't include a crying baby. I think that that's just not what I want from my video games. Alright, where are we gonna go here? We go left? Okay, let's not die. Oh no! That was, see, what I said was let's not die, not let's die. That guy's give me big eggs if swallowed. Okay. I did not know that. The more you know. No, couldn't make it. I definitely know that there are almost certainly many skeletons in my past that do not, would not look good on me today. I used to say, like, that's the reason why I couldn't be in politics, is that, you know, there's a bunch of things on the internet about me that would really kind of act as a blocker for me doing that. And then Donald Trump became president, and all of my claims that, you know, anything you say has any consequences seem to kind of go by the wayside, so we are now living in consequence-free time. I mean, yeah, like, after all that I do for him, after I carry him on my back as he screams and cries his way through these levels, he's gonna leave me behind as he runs down and as we get to a pit at the end? Like, what kind of relationship is this? Oh, my goodness. Hola, Proto Sam! Bienvenidos a la canal. I don't know if la is the right word to there. El canal? Anyway, so yes, my daughter is going to prom. She has a very pink, floofy dress. It's more like almost a quinceañera dress than anything else. Uh-oh. Okay, I am now a tank. Cool. A buggy. Alright. A Buick on stilts. There you go. I'm okay, Proto Sam. I had a kind of, like, stressful, you know, stressful and draining few hours. So, like, I was working on things at work, and then, like, there's a new engineering director who, like, just put time on my calendar without really telling me what it's about, and that always kind of worries me. And usually it's like, I'm not too worried about it, because, like, random engineering director puts time on my calendar is usually like, I am new, and Danner told me to talk to you about all the things in YouTube, because I tend to know all the things in YouTube. But it's always a little bit stressful when someone puts stuff on your calendar, doesn't tell you why, or even that they're doing it. was a fine conversation, but a little bit stressful. And then there was like, you know, an issue that someone came to me with. They were like, remember on Friday you said we should have a talk about this? And I was like, oh shit, I did say that. And then because Jess's foot has been acting up and like, you know, going to the shop involves a lot of walking, she needed me to drive her and Julie to the store so that Julie could get shoes and a bra and get her dress altered for prom. And so like I had, you know, like this kind of minor emergency combined with this conversation that I didn't know what it was going to be, combined with like all these other things, and finally got home at like 8:30, and I was like, oh, I can sit. Like this is the first time. And it's like when we were at the store with Julie and she was like trying on, you know, shoes or whatever, I could sit, but you're still kind of in on-call mode. It was the first time I hadn't been in on-call mode for, you know, a couple hours, so that was a draining kind of afternoon for me. Fred, of Uncle Mario? Who's Uncle Mario? Oh no! I'm so sorry, Sam. That sucks. Were they wisdom teeth or were they other kind of teeth? I was lucky enough to not suffer dry socket at all from any of my teeth, but I lived for like 8 years with constant pain because I didn't have, like, well, I had okay dental insurance, but I was always worried because dental insurance is not typically like going to pay all of your you know, costs. Like even for me working at Google, my dental insurance didn't cover all of my costs of getting my wisdom teeth out. And so like I just lived with pain for a very long time because I was afraid of how much it would cost. So oh, Assassin's Creed 2, gotcha. Okay. I was like, I don't know who Uncle Mario is. I've never played Assassin's Creed, so. Yeah, that sucks so hard, Sam. I'm really sorry about that. I mean, not that it's like something I did anything wrong, but when throwing, you may stop the cursor by holding L or R. Gotcha. It's all my fault. Rule number 7. It's always Chris's fault. Was that 8? I can never remember. I always screw up that rule. I gotta look it up. Rules of CPG. There we go. Looks like that is 8. I am an energy vampire sucking energy out of those around me. That's what 7 is, so I had the right idea. But open denied. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Oh god. Alright, let's fill up on some eggs. Give me eggs. There we go. But yeah, so I just lived with like pain of like wisdom teeth coming in, or like I ended up needing like I think 2 different root canals, other things like that, because I was just so scared of how much it would cost to go to the dentist, and so I just never went. And that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what I did, and it took me a while of working at Google to realize that like it is okay to actually go to the dentist. Like you can do it. And a lot of it didn't even end up being that expensive in the end. Alright, so I gotta go get a key from somewhere. Oh, that sucks. Bro, a Pop-Tart. Like, Pop-Tarts are not exactly what you think of as the most, like, deadly of tooth-related items. I do feel like I mean, but the reality is that, like, DJing shouldn't be that big. I guess, like, drinking water and other stuff like that, maybe, but, like, it's not like DJing has a lot of, like, physical demands placed on you that would really be problematic as far as I'm aware. Okay, that was something. Hey, you're not a flower like I thought you were. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused now because I feel like I'm going very far away from that place with the key. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh. I feel like when people can't watch, like when people are buffering and can't watch, like I'm like, well, I should just not talk then. Like I get all sad because I'm like, I don't want to spoil it and like make it so that some people can't hear it. I feel so bad, but on the other hand, like, you know, I can't fix all the problems. That's a key thing to remember. Fair enough, Proto Sam. I know. I know you know, but I don't know. It's all about me, remember? It's always Chris's fault. Rule number 8. We just looked it up. Alright. So now I have a key. And with a key, I can open the door. Yeah, I'm excited for Infinity War. I'm going to see it on Friday. Work is doing another movie outing, so I get a free ticket. And because I'm changing jobs at work soon, I'm kind of like, other than like I have one major responsibility, but at the moment I don't actually have the ability to do a lot with it because of like timing. So, yeah, like I need another team to finish things before I can do my part, and so like it's this crucially important thing that I'm sticking around on my team for, but I can't actually move forward on it, so. Huh. But Narcost uses low latency instead of ultra low latency, so I wonder if that's part of it. Well, do not touch the thorns, they will knock you out. Okay. You are not welcome, that is correct. Sorry. Appreciate the thought, but not interested. So I can't get that. I have to... That's what I was trying to do. Oh, egg the spike above. Oops, missed it. Gotcha. Okay, cool. I've been working on it. It's, what the... Get out of here. I mean, there's also, I don't know. It's a complicated situation that I don't want to discuss here. So, moving on from that, and what do we got? Oh, I've got all these different plants, but I already found the keys, so there we go. Yes. All right. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, in other news that happened today, there was a woman who was given an apple on a Delta flight, and well, that was not super effective. But yeah, so she was given an apple on a Delta flight, and she, naturally, didn't end up eating it, so she just stuffed it in her bag, and when going go through customs, they found it in her bag, and, said, okay, how was your trip? How's it going? Searched her bag. It says, she said it was fine. I went to do this and this and this. And it said, well, your trip's going to get a little bit more shitty because I'm going to have to charge you $500 for this, apple you didn't declare. And it's like, seriously? Come on. You've really got to be that much of a dick? Okay, that was not great, but better than the last time I tried. And Delta, instead of, apologizing or, admitting that maybe they should have, thought about that a little bit more, we're just like, yeah, you really have to, we fully support, people have to be really aware of what they're doing with customs or whatever. And it's like, come on. At least be, apologetic. So yes, I have almost certainly brought snacks from the plane, off the plane, and gone through customs that way. I am sure that if someone really wanted to be out to get me, they could, get it. So Matros, I think that at the point where you're handing someone a snack of an apple, and I don't know how close this was to the end of the flight, but just reminding people, hey, even if you, just remember when you go through customs, don't take anything with you from the plane or whatever else like that. Leave things behind. If you're, usually, if you're handing out, I think if you're handing out, peanuts, that wouldn't apply. But if you're gonna do, fruits or vegetables, I think it's just polite to be okay, yeah, this was a mistake. We're gonna change our policy to add some commentary on this. And the rules are the rules, and we're sorry we can't do anything to fix this, but we'll mention it explicitly in the future. That's just empathetic. That's just being a little bit human. And I think the customs officer was also being a dick. Yes, customs officer was also being a dick, but customs officers are effectively just paid to be jerks, as far as I can tell. That's the primary thing in their job description. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating slightly, but being extreme sticklers for the rules is definitely part of the customs experience. Okay, so I had a spinning thing for a little while, now it's gone, so... Oh, this is gross. Oh, it was I think it was one of those spiky fruits. Grits! So yeah, if you're going to give someone an apple, I would say just saying hey, remember to either eat this or leave it on board. That doesn't take much. And you don't have to do it this time. You shouldn't say oh, we take responsibility for what happened here. No, just be we'll change our policies to try and make this more clear in the future. And at that point, honestly, offering her a voucher for $200 off a future Delta flight probably is way more effective in making them not seem like jerks, and does not cost them a shit ton of money. It's not enough to buy an actual flight on its own, and it'll just endear you to her. Just as an apology. That should be the type of thing that, frankly, any service or support agent is empowered to do in a case that is, leaving a customer high and dry. It should be something that's it it's just way better than the negative press they're gonna get for this. I mean, there's no way that costs less than $200 in reputational thing. And I think that a lot of this is just that, like, brands are really bad at kind of valuing their brand and figuring out what their, you know, brand is actually worth, and therefore acting in a reasonable way in response to impacts on the brand, right? So if you don't know that, you know, having people hate you costs money, then of course you're not going to try to make people not hate you. But that's something that does cost you money. It costs you money, a lot of money, and you should know that. I mean, this is the internet age, and Delta in general, in my opinion, has been better recently, but they've seen what United has gone through. They've seen all this stuff, so I guess it's also true. You don't have to leave the fruit on the plane, you just have to declare it, so... I think that was United org, but I'm not sure. I mean, TSA is unfortunate because, like, there's not even a good reason for them to exist in the first place. They provide no security. In fact, they may actually provide, like, the opposite of security, by, you know, making people think that there's security when there's actually not. And that is unfortunate. So in addition to them being, like, generally, you know, useless, they're also, or generally assholes, they're also, like, have no positive purpose. Like, customs and border patrol, like, or customs enforcement agents, like, they actually do work that is important and good. Like, they catch people doing, like, crazy shit. Like, it is a thing that happens. There's legitimately a need for, you know, that type of role. And even countries that aren't, you know, crazy obsessed with attempting to become authoritarian police states, have, you know, border, like, customs enforcement. So I think that's one of the reasons why the TSA ends up seeming more capricious, is because they serve such an unnecessary role to begin with. Oh no! Okay, we're good. We're good. All's well. But yeah, I mean, this is something that Bruce Schneier has covered a bunch of times, is the, you know, like, there are 3 things that have changed since 9/11 that have made planes more safe. Like, 1, they lock the doors, and reinforce them, I guess. 2, there are, like, air marshals on planes sometimes. And 3, like, passengers are way less likely to let someone hijack a plane because now they know they could die. And I think that, you know, that's where the real security comes from. That's why we have, you know, fewer hijackings. It's why, you know, everyone is more vigilant, everyone is more aware, and that's the, like, the biggest, you know, security benefit after 9/11 came from that, and not from the bullshit security theater of the TSA. Hello, Plush Tunes, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Oh god! Oh god! Let me out! No! Don't just spit me into the... Ugh. What the... Alright, well, that's not gonna work. I did clip through a wall, so there's that. I just don't think there was... I mean, there was a lot of... I don't think there was a lot of perceived risk, Jose. Never seen that one before, Dark Dragon? That was my, that was the CPG special you got there. Yeah, so I think I successfully, like, clipped through the wall of the pit to go back to where I was. Yeah, I said CPG should always cheat. You didn't realize I was going to do it by discovering entirely new loopholes. Didn't do it that time, unfortunately. That was the wrong pit, but I thought maybe I'd get away with it. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you stinking kids. So when you die, does it restart you at the beginning of the world, or can you continue with the levels that you've already defeated? Yeah, I was like, well, I can either not get Mario and die, or I can get Mario and die. I guess I should at least get Mario. Okay, so, like, running out of lives is only a little, like, it means you can't continue from middle rings, but beyond that, not super impactful. I have never played any version of this. I've watched some people play it sometimes, but never played it myself. So. Ah! Alright. I'm through. Done. I've never played this before. No, Jose. First time. First time. Bow tie. Hat spin. No worries, Mathros. Alright, item chance. Flip over cards in pairs. Continue flipping until I failed to match twice. Hat spin indeed. You got it, Stingray. You know it. Okay. There. There. Alright. Leroy Jenkins. Damn. I'm not saying that what they did was wrong. So, I'm not saying that what they did in giving her the apple was wrong, and I'm not even saying that they should or shouldn't do a particular thing, but the cost to them of taking a an empathetic response versus a kind of like assholey, like, you know, well, you know, it's really your own fault response is pretty low. Like, retraining their staff to remind people explicitly, like, hey, you know, we gave you a snack, make sure you either declare it or leave it on the plane, costs them very little. And I don't see any reason not to take that approach when engaging in responding. So I don't blame them for what happened. I just think that they could do better in response to it, and that's where my take really is. It's not that I blame them for her screwing up in the first place, but that their response is unempathetic, and I feel like that was silly. It would have been pretty easy for them to say, like, we've all been there, we'll try and help make sure it doesn't happen again in the future for anyone else, and, like, here's $200 on a flight in the future. If they did that, it would barely have even been a story. And I think it's a not good story. I don't think that, you know, all news is good news in the modern era of, you know, everyone hates you on Twitter, of Twitter hate mobs. I think that they're distraction and expensive. Yeah, true. I mean, after not flying Delta for a decade, I recently went back to them, and I found that they were, like, they helped me out a lot with, when Jess broke her foot, they helped me out with, like, looking into flights that I could get cheaper. They helped me out in a lot of different ways, and I've generally had, like, their planes have been, like, nice and modern and really been an improvement over some of the other options. So I've actually been, you know, because they lost my bag, or not lost, but they didn't send my bag when I flew to South Africa. And they only had, like, one flight a day from South Africa, or to South Africa. Not one flight a day, one flight every, like, 3 days or something like that. And so I didn't get my bag for, like, 3 days, and they were so, like, unapologetic about it that it put me off using them for, you know, a decade. I had one other experience with them right after that as well, because I already booked the tickets when I was in Japan on Northwest Airlines, and which I think was also them, or which coach trip with them or something like that. And it was bad. The plane was, you know, the AC didn't work, and the seats were tiny, and the staff were rude, and, like, overall it was a really bad experience. So, like, between those two, I stopped using them for almost a decade, so, like, 2017. Of course, Fred, I guess you should have played the game more, is what you're telling me. I don't know. Am I supposed to go this way? That's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, like, I don't know, how much does, like, incident response like this cost? Like, just do it just in terms of, like, time your agents spend dealing with, like, more replies on Twitter or something like that. I know that when YouTube has, like, a hate mob that gets built up over something we say, it's super expensive. Like, we've got people who are gonna have to respond to those posts. Like, you know, the Team YouTube alias is absolutely flooded with it. We don't give people as good of customer support. And I think that, like, it's just wise to, like, just be kind and do whatever, like, in any given response you're going to have, like, try to take the most cost-effective response. If people did that more often, I think that you would actually have people who are, like, happier. Oh, damn it, I didn't make it there in time. I see. No, Jose. No, Dark. He's just being silly. Jose has not had any children. So he has given all of his children up for adoption by not having any. Which is not exactly what people usually mean when they say, give all of my children up for adoption. I mean, whether it's childish or not, I think that it's, like, again, the bad press doesn't come from Delta, like, not doing, or I don't think my bad opinion of Delta doesn't come from them not doing something before this, but that their response to it is just unkind. And I think that that's something you're gonna have to expect. You're going to have to expect that in an industry where, you know, everyone always wants to see the bad, and we're dealing with this is the modern customer support world, is that you have to expect that, you know, you're gonna have a million people gang up in a hate mob. Like, that's just the way it works. There's no secret to that. Like, people see it all the time. And you're gonna have a lot of people get involved in the response to that, and the right thing to do is just to be like, ah, shit, we're sorry, like, we're sorry that happened. Even if you don't change anything about your behavior, we're sorry that happened. Here's a $200 voucher, and we're really sorry. Like, that should just be almost like a default reaction to any news story, or anything that comes to your way from press. Like, At the point where your PR contact has to respond to it, making it so that they only have to respond to one paper rather than a bajillion of them is going to save you money. And, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, we can disagree on whether, like, they should have a better policy, we can disagree on anything else like that, but there's no way you will convince me that they're gonna save more money by taking the super, you know, like, aggressive, this is your own fault technique than they would by just being like, alright, here's a $200 voucher. Just no way. No way. Alright, what is this? Item chance. Flip cards over in pairs, blah blah blah, fine. And so that's where I look at it as. It's just like, be smart. Yeah. It'll be broken AWOL, don't worry about it. Alright. God damn it. So close. Sure. I can understand saying like, hey, Cowdizzle! I can understand being like, look, this was your own fault, you should have known better. But so as a person, I can understand making that choice, right? Like this is the thing I feel. As a company, like, we're sorry you had trouble. Let me do what I can to make it easier for you should be the default response. Like, that's just the smart response. Anything else, you're just asking for trouble. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I can access items from the pause screen. Oh! Like all these things. Oh, that's cool. What does this search thing do? The first successful dick transplant? That sounds like lovely news. I never even knew I needed a dick transplant, but now I want one. We are not talking about poop, AWOL. I don't know if we were talking about poop, but we are not anymore. I don't know where I'm going, I'm just gonna go through things. Gotcha. I wish that I knew, like, which of those things was valuable to me and which one wasn't before I popped them open. I hate that I spent all my time popping open these things and it's like, oh yeah, it's useless. Like... Alright, I'm gonna go back to this door and see if I'm supposed to be going in here somewhere. I didn't see a good out there, but maybe there's another one that I missed. Oh. Sorry, well, I wish that I had a better answer. My guess is that if I switched to low latency rather than ultra low latency, like, it would fix it for you, but can't do that midstream, so here we are. Oh god. Baby, baby. Baby, baby, hold together. Well, we haven't done a lot of lounge recently. It's still around, but I have not been using it a whole lot. I just got tired of constantly feeling like I needed to keep new things in rotation, so... For a while, we were doing basically just the Isaac dailies there, but then I was finding that that was keeping me up way later than I should have been at night. It was! Yeah, and now that I'm back, I mean, another thing is that, like, a lot of that for me was, for a while, very much the alternative that I had to streaming. Since I was not streaming for work-related reasons, that was my workaround, and now I'm back to streaming, so... I think I was constantly feeling exhausted, you know, I was constantly feeling pressured to like keep new content in the lounge. It was hard. Because it's really hard to run a 24/7 TV channel that multiple people like and hang out during. And then I felt like if other people were there and I wasn't there, that I felt guilty for not being able to be there and like hang out with people. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of ways in which it was not working very well for me, so. Absolutely, and there was a bunch of people who helped, but it was still very much the case that I felt like a couple things. Like, one, I felt obligated to try and keep it fresh, and I felt obligated to try and be there whenever other people were talking, and the combination was just too much. But now I'm streaming again, so at least there's that. And we still went to the lounge after my stream on Friday. Like, I think that doing it on targeted times is still a thing that I can do. So I still, like, as I browse YouTube, I, like, watch these things. The other thing is that for me, I actually had stopped watching basically all TV. So I stopped watching HBO, I didn't watch, like, any other things. I was just watching YouTube. And at one point I was like, I'd really like to watch, like, Westworld. Right? And so, like, for you know, 3-4 months, like, I wanted to watch Westworld, and I didn't because I was only... I, like, felt obligated to be around the lounge all the time, so... Sounds good. That's right. Robots banging is crucial. Get out of here. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I'm not on pace to finish this game tonight, but I feel like I'm making solid progress. Oh god. That's gonna do that one? Yeah, I don't really care about that. So, Westworld, the idea is that in a, like, you know, in a future where they've, like, sort of perfected human-like AI, there's this theme park, which is basically like, you know, go to the Wild West, and you can be in the Wild West, and because god damn it, because the robots, like, because the characters in this Wild West thing are robots, you know, you can enjoy things that you could participate in things that you could not participate in if they were humans. And so, like, you can go, and if what you want to do is have, like, you know, consequence-free sex with a robot, like, you can do that. If what you want to do is, like, go and get involved in a shootout and shoot people, like, you can do that. And so Westworld is a vacation theme park where the whole point of it is that you can participate in storylines and there's no, you know, consequences like there would be in the real world. The premise of the show and what it's evaluating is, like, at what point does human-like AI transition to being, you know, human? You know, where does consciousness come from? Where does how does AI transition into that? And so every time the, you know, hosts are killed, their memories are reset. Is that, you know, an ethical thing to do? And what are the results of that come out of that? So. I have no desire to have sex with a robot, but, you know, the hosts in Westworld are not really what you would think of as your traditional robot either. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but it's interesting. You know, as a computer science person, computer programmer, you know, thinking about the ethical ramifications of AI and what we can do with it is you know, a reasonable question. You know, so it's really, you know, a Reboot on a different scale was a little bit addressing, you know, a similar thing. Like, what if the characters in your computer games were actually alive? It's on HBO Go, or it's on HBO's, you know, streaming service. So HBO Go, HBO Now. That's great, Dark Dragon. What's the play? I will be Froggy's lunch. I don't believe you. I'm gonna kill this frog. I'm gonna knock it out. Oh shit. I am gonna be Froggy's lunch, apparently. I did not expect that was what was gonna happen. Oh god. Come on, come on! Yes! Yeah, or Chaos. Like some of the aspects of Black Mirror definitely go into similar things, right? I think that the Star Trek like episode of Black Mirror is a little bit different because it's taking real human personalities and putting them into you know, computer simulation, as opposed to taking a computer simulation and figuring out when it gets a real human personality. But you know, it's a kind of like common dystopian sci-fi trope. So there's not oh god, why? Damn it. Walking right off the edge. Damn it. Oh, what the? No! Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus. No! Good Let's sit here for a minute and let my batteries actually recharge. That was just a series of really sloppy moves by me. No excuse for them. So yeah, Jose, I am excited, after watching all of the Marvel films to, go see Infinity War on Friday. So I will be taking time off of work on Friday to do that. I do need to check my schedule and see what I'm, gonna be ditching out on for meetings, but I think I'll be okay. Oh no! Damn it. But yeah, Westworld was well done. It's really interesting. So I had just finished, so I watched most of it, and there was, you know, I had like one episode left, and I was like, I don't really know where they're going with this, in the first season. One episode left in the first season. I was like, I don't really know where they're going with this. Like, this is interesting, but I'm a little bit lost as to like what's gonna come next. And so I had like an episode and a half left in the first season, and I was like, yeah, I'm still really not getting it. And then like they just totally like, you know, took a whole bunch of different things, and I was like just completely changed the way you look at the at most of the first season in like, you know, 20 minutes of the you know, final episode. And I'm like, holy crap, you know, it was a pretty good twist that I had not caught at all. And I thought that was pretty interesting. There's a couple different twists that happened kind of near the end that I had just not gotten. So yeah, Season 2 started last night, and so that's part of the reason that I had gotten back to watching it was that HBO had been doing a lot of advertising for it because Season 2 was coming up, so... Aha! Whew! Alright, mid-ring. You are my friend. Thank you. Damn. Well, good thing I got the mid-ring. Let's do it again. First and 10, do it again. Captain America Civil War was also pretty good. You know, it had a lot of the different crossover stuff to it, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I hadn't actually realized that the Black Panther character had come in before Black Panther. I thought that that was the first time he had come in, and so that was interesting for me to see that, you know, one of the scenes that I had already seen in Black Panther was also in Captain America Civil War. Ah! The stupid one-up guy knocked me off the goddamn tree. Yeah, I mean, which makes sense. Like, I shouldn't be surprised by it, but, I mean, I honestly think there was almost as much, Black Panther fighting scenes in the Captain America Civil War as there was in Black Panther. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more Black Panther backstory in, and focus in Black Panther, but that was not something that I had expected. I guess I expected Captain America Civil War to be more focused on Captain America. So the different Yoshis they don't do anything different, right? They're just Yoshis. There we go. Yeah, it's just really I need to start being more careful. Like, it's not that I don't know how to platform, it's just that I've been trying to rush it through. It's unnecessary. Oh, man, I got like heartburn or something going on. I don't know what from. Yeah, this is World 3 still. Pretty sure. Or did I finish 3? 3.5? Halfway through 3, maybe? Why are you not going? No? Why this is not working? Just 1 second. Yeah, so I'm halfway through World 3. But yeah, my hope is that I will get through World 4 tonight. That's kind of my thought and plan. So I typically play until about 1:15 a.m. and I feel like getting through World 4 seems plausible in the next 3 and through 4 seems plausible in the next 2 hours. We'll see. Gotten through 2.5 worlds now, that's another world and a half, which is presumably harder, but I don't know if it's more than twice as hard. See? Ow. This is what I was afraid of. I saw a key much earlier, and it seems like I'm gonna need to have that key. I don't think I'll get through it all tonight. Like, I don't, like, 2 hours, just practically speaking, I've been playing for 2 hours and I made it through 2.5 worlds. I'm only gonna play for another 2 hours. If I'm only playing for another 2 hours, the chances that I can somehow pick up the pace and play through this, like, because I'd have to make it through 3.5 worlds, there's no way. Like, especially given that the first world is so easy, no, it's not possible for me. Doesn't feel like 2 hours. Well, I'm glad you think so, Jose. Time flies when you're having fun. I blame the bow tie. No, but I'll pick it back up next week on Monday and just do you know, one more stream of it. Maybe I'll finish early and do something else as well, but... Oh no! No! Oh! Okay. That was bad. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, it's not gonna bounce me straight into it. That's why there's these platforms here for me to jump on. Duh! Alright. Try this again. You have so much to do. What do you have to do, Jose? I'll help you test your app. Yeah, the controls are a little weird, I think is really what gets it for me. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I want to control which way it's facing, but I don't think that's what I'm supposed to actually do. Something like that. Oh. It's actually the right way? I feel like this is getting me closer to the key that I need. I mean, I don't think you should ever sleep again, Jose. I think your plan should be to just, like, build awesome things all the time. But that should also be my plan, and I sleep all the time, so I'm not sure how effective this suggestion is. Reminds me of the census taker SNL sketch, where Christopher Walken is being interviewed by the census taker. It says, you know, well, do you work? You work? He says, yeah, I work part of the time. He says, okay, so how many hours a week do you work? He says, you know, every day from 9 to 5. He says, you work full time then? He said, no, there's huge parts at night where I just sleep. It's really quite ridiculous. And Jess has always loved that one, because she's like, yeah, that's pretty much how you feel, Chris. Like, why is it exactly that I need to sleep? This seems really quite ridiculous. Although, as I have gotten older, I have gotten more willing to accept that sleep is important. Ah, god damn it. Another useless fucking direction. I want to find that goddamn key, which I know is around here somewhere. Yeah, I agree, Jose. Alright. Leave me alone. Stupid enemies. Alright, so I need to get that key. How would I get that key? I would go back out here and come in the top? Maybe my confusion here all along was that I came in the wrong entrance? Yes. Okay. See, I feel like that was just... that's just shitty. Making me go all the way for that. No. No! I say no. I guess the right answer is, as soon as I saw the key, I should have turned around and figured out how to get it. Even though because I knew at that point I was gonna need it. It's a fair complaint, but... I thought maybe it was gonna be for a door I didn't need to go through. Now I need to go get the rock. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I can't imagine Soylent will ever be popular. It seems like such a terrible food. A super niche product. I mean, I understand Walmart will sell anything because, like, why not? At the point where you have a logistics supply chain that allows you to sell all the things, you certainly have no reason not to, but I wouldn't expect it to be much world-changing in that choice on their part. That's correct. Soylent Green is people. Hi, Van Helsing. Oh. Hat spin. Bow tie. I need to get a rainbow bow tie emoji. Monkey's favorite lake. My day was okay. I had a kind of, easy morning, and I had a pretty stressful afternoon and evening, so, averaged out. That comes out pretty well. I'm still waiting for my boss to tell me when I am going to, or when he's going to tell the rest of my team that I'm leaving, which will then allow me to start having conversations with other people about the fact that I'm leaving. Because, like, right now I haven't told Facebook, for example. Oh, no! Ugh, monkey! You did not get to steal my baby. Oh, they stole my baby. Let's just be clear, though, Jose. I picked the game long before the day happened, so... Not leaving Google, leaving YouTube. Switching to a different team inside Google. But yeah, I told a couple of kind of close confidants and let them know that I was going to be switching roles. Actually, I told like 4 or 5 people I told, and they were like, "No, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm leaving." And they're like, "But we need you." And I'm like, that's great. Drop the missile. Hello, Asgrim and William. Hello, hello, Missildine Online Raiders. Long time no see. That's what I get for not streaming for forever. You all forget about me, and I forget about you, but now you're here, and I'm happy to have you. Oh, you silly freaking lobster, get off of me. There we go. Hello, Hydra Slasher, welcome to the stream. Alright, what the heck is this? No, YouTube won't fail. So many things now that YouTube didn't have when I was, like, starting out YouTube that I've helped make happen, right? Like Team YouTube wasn't a thing. Like, it just wasn't. There was no Team YouTube. I don't think the account even existed. There was no, there was no anything. And so, it's great that those things exist now, and I don't have to worry so much that everything falls on my shoulders. The social support team is pretty good now at noticing trends on Reddit and Twitter and product forums and reporting them up and getting engineers to look at them and doing all this great work. And I think that's awesome. And I think that it's evidence that, you know, YouTube has moved beyond the need for me to, you know, necessarily be the guy who's just sitting there reading Reddit and Twitter all the time. Which, I mean, that was never my core job functionality anyway, but, you know, luckily I don't have to worry about that anymore. Hello, Theo! Yeah, that game in your SNES Classic. That's right, this is on the SNES Classic. I also have it in my SNES Classic that I've never actually played. I bought it for my wife to play. Yeah, there is. Yeah. So there's an internal job posting board. The process for changing jobs is pretty straightforward. If you're not changing your job role, it's basically just a matter of you find a new manager that wants you, and once they say they want you, you know, they push buttons, and your manager gets told, like, by the way, this person is transferring over to my team, and that's pretty much it. So I talked to the manager of my new team and the two people who were on the team, and both of them were like, all right, this guy's pretty chill, and I was like, cool. Hello, Corey. Good to see you. That's great, Dark Browser. I'm glad that people are enjoying, you know, seeing these old games. It's not just old fogies like me who are enjoying the SNES Classic games. Because I think there's so much about these games that I enjoy. You know, you gotta go back to your roots. So that's why I do a lot of retro gameplay on the channel. Is to go back to the games that I loved when I was growing up. But I do know at one point, you know, I had someone who was younger, he's like 19, and I was playing Doom. And he was like, so is this like a new, you know, game that came out or something like that? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I don't recognize it. I'm like, it's Doom! How can you not recognize Doom? So but yeah, so yeah, so if I wanted to go be an artist, or if I wanted to even do something like Spiffy Mark does, like developer advocacy role, like that's a different job ladder, and so then you would have to go through a transfer process that involves some things, and there's like, for every different job ladder that's out there, there's different transfer processes that can happen, and so on and so forth. One pair. But yes, thank you very much, Mistledine Online Raiders, for being here. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like, every Friday at 9:15. Tonight we are playing some Super Mario World 2, even though it has a super annoying baby in it, so... Yep. Yeah, Mark left to go work at LinkedIn for a little while, and then he came back. He figured out that he loves us. Really, it's just that he missed working with me. Alright, 3-8. Bring it on, Castle. I can take you. Take on me, take on me, take me on. Oh god. Ah. Ah! Okay, weird fish things, not good. And I have no eggs, also not good. Ah! Do we also share DNA with piranha plants? We probably do. Alright, I don't care about any of these things. I'm gonna find out I have to care about them, but I don't care about them for now. Ah! Ah! I got you back, baby. Oh, they're piranha plant fish. I mean, piranha plants? I guess they're just piranha plants. They look kind of like fish, but... No. Yeah, pretty much every enemy is just a piranha plant in a slightly different angle. Oh god. Note to self, you can't walk right through bad guys. Ugh. Nope. God damn it. Alright. Deep breaths. See, now the game actually feels a little bit challenging, which I was actually missing a little bit towards the start of the game. I feel like the challenge level maybe is a little bit too low for me in particular. Of course, I've been playing, you know, games like this for, you know, at this point, 25, 30 years, so it's not exactly surprising that my standards for what is okay is a little bit different than it might have been when I was a kid playing this at, you know, 12 years old or whatever. Not that I ever played this game, but... Thank you very much. Take that. Thank you. Get rid of those. Great. Oh, I can swim. I didn't even realize that. I thought I, like, had to keep, like, pushing buttons, otherwise I would drown. There you go. I like that. Gotta like it. There you go. And... you are dead. Merci beaucoup. Oh no, you're not dead! Ah! It'll take 2 hits, apparently. 3. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. That was probably a very loud sneeze. I apologize for all the headphone wearers out there. I realize that you may have just passed away as a result of that sneeze. Alright, I have absolutely no eggs. This can only go well. Give it up, you cutie without a navel. What? Dodge the piranha plant. Alright, we got a mini-armed piranha plant coming in. Oops. Oh, what? I didn't get 3 out of that? I swallowed 3 of them. Come on. Give me something more. A skippable boss? Oh. There we go. Okay, so those little floaty things don't do anything good for me. There was something else that I grabbed. What was it? Egg off the wall, aim for the bandage. Okay. I just don't know what I grabbed. Oh, okay. So I can grab when those little things turn into, like, real... No, that didn't work. I have to let them turn into munchers, that's what they're called. Alright, munchers. Oh god. There we go. Not perfect, but I'll take it. Ah! There we go. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. Hat spin! Hat spin! No, I don't think so. I said, come on over, baby. Also, did you just assume my gender is really kind of a generally, like, phobic meme that is not really great to run with? It tends to be used by the type of people that you would not want to associate with in a friendly conversation. Gotcha! Boom. Which I didn't know for a long time. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be like a... It was used as a meme against certain classes of people. Yeah. I had people ask me that a couple times, and I was like, no, I wasn't actually assuming their gender. Like, it's described in the article as he identifies as male. And they, like, laughed in response, and I found out that, like, this is a thing that people use to try and, you know, make slurs against trans people and other things like that. It's dumb. The whole world is dumb. Everything sucks. Everything's terrible, but so it goes. We beat World 3! Excellent! Now we're on to World 4, which will probably be harder and actually require a challenge. So my goal, but I got an hour and a half at this point. An hour and a half to get through World 4. We're 2.5 hours in and we've gotten through 3 worlds, so I think it's doable. But it is the easy half. I mean, this is one of the problems with games, is I tend to get, like, overconfident, so I don't do 100% William Victor. That's just one of the things about me. I know people, people really dig the 100%ing, but it is just not my style. I don't do well at it. I don't even deal well with, like, oh, you have to actually, like, you know, have collectibles in order to progress in this game. Like, it's one of the reasons that I'm actually bad at Zelda is, like, in more modern Zeldas, is I'm like, well, why would I need to bother with, like, more heart containers? Like, how about I just, like, I'll just, like, beat all the bosses. That's enough heart containers, right? Take care, Stingray. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a lovely night. I hope you had fun. And it's always good to see you. Stingray Gaming, by the way, streams on almost every day of the week. I think he takes Mondays and Saturdays off, so if you're ever sitting around and you're like, I would love to see someone play some games, and he's going to be like CPG, but he's going to be streaming on a day that isn't Monday or Friday, you'll definitely want to check out Stingray Gaming. He's a good guy to know. They really are everywhere. Oh, I saw that coming. Didn't get it fast enough, but... Ugh, there we go. What does this red thing do? I can't stand on it. It doesn't spit things out. I don't know what it does for me. Do something good for me, red thing. Oh god. Ah, gotcha. Well, I don't really care that much about my stars. I don't tend to die because of lack of stars, so... Uh-oh, touch Fuzzy, get dizzy. Oh god, run! No, don't touch. Oh god, no high. Do not want to be high. I want to be low, man. I want to be low. I want to be slow, man. Oh god. Alright, got extra life. I'm all fuzzy. No! Stop touching Fuzzy! Stop getting dizzy! But is there a timer? Oh yeah, no, I know. Like, I realized that the timer for, like, having Mario off of you is controlled by the stars, but most of the time I don't die because I think I've only had Mario get grabbed by the, like, enemies that take him away when the timer runs out, like, once in the entire run. Like, usually I'm, like, you know, jumping into pits or, you know, jumping into enemies and, you know, things like that, but, like, and getting knocked off a hill, or, like, in this case, getting hit by this fuzzy stuff and, you know, wandering off into the wilderness, but yeah, so since I rarely actually run out of time from the crying baby, I don't worry too much about stars. Like, the fact that 10 is the minimum is enough for me for the most part. Oh! Damn. Was Planet X supposed to crash into us? Nibiru Cataclysm. I think that anyone who describes the end of the world based on their ability to receive messages from extraterrestrials from the Zeta Reticuli star system through an implant in her brain is perhaps not the type of person that I would depend on to provide a reasonable estimate of reality. Come on. No. I mean, the reality is that the world is a pretty resilient place. While it's certainly not certain in any way that humans will be around for a very long time, the world is pretty unlikely to end. It's been hit by some pretty big rocks before, and it's still standing. The reality is it's a pretty big rock itself, so there's not a lot of big floating objects likely to run into us here anytime soon, as far as I know. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, good friend of Lalo, 10-minute break Johnson. How's it going, friend? Yeah, I mean that's current schedule on that is 5 billion years out or something like that. So we got a good long time, and I'm not gonna worry about that. There's so many things that are more likely to get rid of humans in the meantime that I'm not too worried about it. Well, the sun will expand. The sun will expand, and when the sun expands, it will encompass the Earth and melt it. But I'm not too worried about a like rogue planet running to us and killing us. Uh-oh. There's a lock. Need a key. Someone give me a key. Oh, I don't need a key. Great. See, I told you I don't always need to unlock the doors. But yes, I think that the likelihood of another planet-sized object coming through our solar system and hitting the Earth is astronomically low. So it's one of the things I don't really worry about. But yes, I mean, well, there's two different things, right? There's would we die and would the planet die? Those are two totally different, like, things, and I don't think you should compare them. Yes, if we got hit by even something as big as what killed the dinosaurs, we are very likely to go the way of the dinosaurs and not, you know, survive. But that doesn't mean that, you know, the Earth would die. The Earth was here after the dinosaurs were gone, and it would still be if another similar-sized event happened. Okay. Shit. I disagree. I guess you don't subscribe to Gaia theory. The Earth is alive. Earth is alive just like Johnny 5. Well, now I don't know what to do. Try this again and see if they reset. Yeah, so Gaia theory speaks to the idea that the Earth is, through its, you know, variety of different, you know, life organisms or whatever, that the Earth is actually maybe not sentient, but that it contains a single kind of like put together consciousness or whatever else like that. This is something that actually, so the first Final Fantasy movie, The Spirits Within, was based in part on the idea that there was, you know, this kind of unifying life source to the Earth that was kind of holding the whole thing together, and they were using it for power and blah blah blah. Another book that goes into this is the Foundation novels, which talk about kind of a single unified consciousness for a planet. You know, as a result of a combination of like telepathic capabilities with extending, you know, beyond death, and so when things die, their consciousness kind of, despite the fact that they become dirt and go back into the ground and everything else like that, they contribute to the total consciousness of the planet. Another piece that kind of talks about that is Earth 2032, which, or what was David Brin's novel, just Earth? Just called Earth? Which talks about it as, you know, the idea that there's these kind of superconductive, like, silicon layers, like, deep in the Earth's crust, and that, basically, like, you know, the Earth turns into a giant AI. I mean, yeah. But, like, the Final Fantasy has always been, like, a mix of only vaguely related fantasy-like things. I'm not sure, like, how do you define whether something is or isn't Final Fantasy in that context? Like, it's clear that they were going for branding, but other than having, like, fight scenes... Yeah, exactly. Gaming Lawyer's got it. Like, how can you not be a Final Fantasy property if it has a Sid in it? Don't be silly. I mean, Final Fantasy isn't much more fantasy, like FF8 isn't more fantasy than Spirits Within, as far as I'm concerned. Now you could be concerned that, like, Final Fantasy VIII isn't fantasy, but... What, because there's, like, GF summons? It's a fantasy? I don't know. Also, like, the whole storyline of, like, a Gaia-based, you know, consciousness that the planet is alive is certainly a fantasy, like, a science fiction / fantasy trope. Anyway, I did not consider, I don't know, I have rose-colored glasses around Final Fantasy Spirits Within because it predates the time when, like, I have a lot of nostalgia for it because it was so pretty and everything else like that. Oh no! Like, they tried to give me 3 easy 1-ups and I ran into them. The Sid in Toy Story is with an S, not with a C. So. The 10-minute break, have you seen my tutu yet? I don't think you've seen my tutu in person. My rainbow leggings, courtesy Brad Pritchard. Rainbow socks, courtesy me. But, you know, the most important part of any outfit is the tutu. Muy caliente! Alright. That's good. Made it through 3 worlds. Or 3 levels, whatever. Marching Mild's Fort. Alright, Marching Mild, I'm coming for you. Oh god. Oh no, he's crying. Poor guy. I'm not sure if I'm going to VidCon Lalo. I haven't decided. Because now I gotta pay for it myself, and that's hard. No, I'm not gonna work at YouTube anymore. But like... Yeah, so my last day in YouTube will be June 1st. After which I'll be working on a different team. Ah, screw you, buddy. I mean, it is certainly true that Viacom buying VidCon does nothing to endear them to me, but that is not why I'm not considering going. Like, it's just a matter of, like, to some extent, like, should I participate in a clean break from the kind of work-related YouTube experience? Because it's kind of weird for me to, you know, like, oh yeah, I've left this team and now I'm gonna go to this thing, which, yeah, I can do it as an individual, but there's no way that, like, you know, some people won't look at it as like, well, this is a work thing. You know, it's hard to separate. So whether I want a clean break, whether I don't know. I just haven't decided. Oh, come, just leave me alone. Guess I can't kill you that way. Ah. I mean, a lot of people go to conferences just to see their friends. Like, that's not an inappropriate goal. And if I could separate, like, entirely between going and just seeing my friends and it being work, you know, maybe I would. But I already know that I've already got coworkers who are like, but, like, you can still tell us when YouTube is broken, right? And I think that that's going to be a weird transition for me anyway. So I'm considering that. I'm considering, like, the other thing is I'm going out to LA at the end of May anyway, and so, you know, that's traveling twice in a month. Do I really want to do that? You know, it's lots of things that I'm considering it because of. So, I don't know. Okay. Well, so the weird thing is that, like, even my streaming is weird, right? Like, it's always been this kind of weird thing between streaming, because my streaming has always been about, like, talking about things. And so my streaming is also going to be in a strange place once I transition. They really are. Well, I can't kill them, Mathros. I don't know what to, like... That annoys me. Alright. I guess I haven't gone through this door. Well, I mean, I could always talk about anything I wanted, except for YouTube stuff. So, like, that's going to be more true, not less true. Oh, I have to jump on them 3 times? Okay, well, I did not know that, so now I know. Ah! Fuck! I don't even think there was a good mid-ring. Let's try this again. Oh. So yeah, so like if I'm gonna go to VidCon, right? One, I'm not gonna buy an industry pass out of my pocket because as much as I enjoy industry, I don't enjoy it like $500 of my own money more than like non-industry. 2, what am I gonna go see? Like, I'm gonna listen to more people telling me to follow my heart and, you know, I'll succeed. We all know there's a bunch of bullshit there. I could go and listen to the latest, like, you know, a lot of what I got out of going was around hearing how people reacted to the latest things that YouTube was actually presenting. And that'll be something that, like, I could do, but it doesn't mean necessarily I should do. Doesn't mean that that's what I should be spending my time on. And I will have just transitioned teams like 3 weeks before, and so like being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna screw off for like another week, I think would, it's not that they'd be upset at me, but it would be, you know, different. Take care, Maestros. Thanks for hanging out all night. Appreciate it. I do not know anything about this royal baby of which you speak. I guess one of the royal people was pregnant and she had a baby. That's what I'm picking up from this conversation so far. Oh god. Gotcha. Oh no, I don't know where to go. Okay, not that way, I guess. I mean, there's one. There's 2. There's one in Wakanda, and there's one in the UK. I don't know if this goes. All right, Feel like I'm on the right track. Also a good sign. Oh no, I need another goddamn key. God damn it. Alright, let's go over here. I feel like this is where the other key is gonna be. Hat spin to get through it better this time. Yeah, no, I have no opinion on the royal family. I know nothing about them. I am not a huge fan of the royals. I didn't watch the wedding. I don't care about the baby. I am aware that we have royals still for some reason, and that's pretty much the extent of my knowledge or caring. I don't even know what their role really is. At one point, there was like a thing that the queen had to do, and I was like, why does the queen have to accept a prime minister or something like that? Seems weird. Alright. This is not my home. It's the other Cambridge. Plus, I'm never up to date. She owns all of the geese in the UK. That is not a thing that I would have thought would have been a part of the royal persona. Eggs here. Alright. Full on eggs. I just realized, Dark Dragon, that I've got, like, all of these. Oh my god, seriously? Ugh. I wouldn't want to own all the swans. Swans are evil fucking creatures. They're almost as evil as geese. Wellesley has swans, and they're, like, infamous for being evil. These are a thing. Did I already go through this? I did. I did not find anything good in it. Why am I doing it again? Okay, so my egg bounced off the wall and hurt me, I think. Okay, so I can kill those guys. Good to know. Put into effect. What? I stepped on your head. Get out of here. There we go. Okay. So I think there's no key in here. I expected that each of these directions would have a key, but apparently I was wrong. I do not have any idea what it takes to be cast as an avian dinosaur in Jurassic Park, but I would assume yes. Seems a perfectly legitimate decision to me. Alright, maybe this is going to be the way with the other key. I don't feel like I went through here. What? It just disappeared. I think my cat is like, I'm done with you. I want to get out of here. As soon as I beat this level, I'll take a quick little break and let the cat out. I make no casting decisions, or any decisions if I can avoid it. I haven't even figured out if I'm going to VidCon. It's like a way more, you know, practical decision for me to complete, but still, here we are. So yeah, I could go to VidCon and just try and hang out with my friends. You know, go just as a streamer, and stuff like that. I think it would be weird, and I think it would be hard, but it's still possible, and I may decide to do that. But yeah, given that this would be my 4th year in a row, I do have a little bit of the feeling of, like, you know, am I actually getting enough out of it to be worthwhile? If I'd never gone before, I would go in a heartbeat. Like, I think VidCon is a fun event to go to. I think it's fun to see the, you know, to have the experience. I think it's fun to kind of see the crowds and the hype and everything else like that. But that's different, you know, once I've already gone 3 times, so. Alright, now I've got a 3rd key, and soon we'll find out that I need a 4th key, and it's in that lower left room that I just can't find somehow, but we'll see. But yeah, it's expensive as just a social trip. Oh my fucking god! Okay, so where is the 4th key? I'm missing here. Alright, Dark, you can let me know if you figured out which, like, where I'm missing the key. Because I ain't got it. Went through there and got that key. So I did the one where you go in and there's a fire room. I feel like this is the one that I haven't done, but I can't find a key in here. Like, is there a key in here? Because if so, I've missed it 3 times. Okay, well, if there's a key in here, then I definitely don't have it. Because I could not find it anytime. bust every block. Okay. So one thing that I have been trying to figure out recently, or paying more attention to, is like which Facebook ads I actually pay attention to, and trying to figure out like, is there anything that I can do to mimic them? So the big thing that I want to do in Cambridge at the moment is basically our goal is to get like 3,000 residents of Cambridge signed up to the Upgrade Cambridge like mailing list / supporters list, so that we can tell the city like, look, there's a lot of people who believe this is important, like please listen to us and do something about it. There. And so we're trying to do that, and like, so I'm trying to think like, okay, what do I actually like look on, click, do, etc. And so looking at especially like political campaigns and when I actually give money, and you know, as much as I hate the RNC or the DNC style, like OMG, like Mueller has been, you know, whatever, or Mueller has been, you know, whatever. I do admit that, like, as a human, I very much fail at not taking the bait on those. So, but yeah, so I have been looking at Facebook ads, researching Facebook ads, trying to create my own Facebook ads, noticing that the vast majority of ads that get my attention at all happen to be, or tend to be video ads. Okay. Fuck! Alright. I think that this is the last key, because I've gotten one in all 4 directions now, which feels like it's probably it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Not at this point. Alright. Now I can go through the main door that used to have a key. Yeah, this maze-like castle thing really gotta go. Hello, Professor Pie! How's it going? Oops. Yeah, and that's another thing also, is that, like, at VidCon, one of the things that I enjoyed, that's kind of a special privilege of going to the industry floor, is that they tend to have, like, people up there who, like, I love, that's like where I met like the Red Bull media team, right? It's where I met the like digital editor of the LA Times. It's where I met the person who was running the industry track at VidCon. And they have these kind of mixers, and because it's a smaller crowd, there's more, it's more possible to kind of network without it feeling like you're self-promoting or whatever. I'm good. I'm just kind of talking back and forth to myself as usual. Thinking about whether I should go to VidCon this year. Thinking about, you know, other things. Okay, that does not seem super effective. Oops. Alright. It gets a hat spin, straighten the bow tie. Yeah, and so then that raises the question of, like, well, do I just go and, you know, hang out with friends? And I think the answer is that if I'm going to spend, you know, I don't know, 1,500 bucks, I would rather, like, go hang out with a friend somewhere cooler than the Anaheim Convention Center. I feel like. That's not true, Jose. You know, like, Pot Creek. I feel like you, but I do, no, actually, I mean, I totally understand that, like, I have more social connections to a lot of those people than most do, right? Like, Pot Creek unfollowed you. How do you even, like, do people just, like, watch these things? Like, why would you even know that? I have no way of knowing that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sort of in a special spot because I have a lot of connections to a wide variety of different people in our streaming community, in a broader YouTube community, like, plus coworkers and everything else like that. You know, coworkers, hopefully I'll get to see a bunch of them at the end of May, but some of them I won't, and, you know, so it's an opportunity to say another goodbye for those I don't end up seeing. I don't know. I guess I used to care about that a lot back in the LiveJournal days, but I follow people on Twitter because I want to see what they're saying, not because it's a tit-for-tat thing, necessarily, so. Oh. There's an up door and a down door. I have a feeling I'm going to go in the wrong one. On the other hand, you know, if I went to VidCon, I could try out this awesome outfit, so. I'll look down on whatever I want to look down on. You look down on my royal baby practices, so, you know, not sure you got a lot of room to talk there. There you go. Well, you think that just because it's the Duchess of Cambridge, I should be paying attention to this baby thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Upsy doozy, upsy mozzie, upsy daisy. Crap. May the Schwartz be with you. Just like, it's kind of funny that I've lived in 2 places in New England. One is Manchester, where the bigger, more well-known one in the world is in the UK. And the other is in Cambridge, where the bigger and more well-known one is also in the UK. How do I get up there? There we go. Oh. Damn. I was not very good at that, and that was not the end of the level, which is what I actually wanted it to be. I spent all that time going through there for nothing. And still have no idea where the end of the level is. I grew up in a St. Charles, Illinois, along the Fox River between Elgin and Aurora, a suburb of Chicago. Excellent. I was reading the Twitter nets the other day and saw apparently the library in Aurora, Illinois decided that they were going to put out like a nasty screed about that was theoretically satire about immigrants or something like that. Like hijab means hate or something along those lines. And I was like, I don't know what you're going for here, but this is a terrible idea. I realize that your author claims this is satire, but when it's not recognizable as satire by the 99% of the people looking at it, like trying to claim it as political commentary is pretty weak sauce. I was very disappointed in that. But, you know, it's not the first or last time someone will disappoint me in life. Yes, San Carlos, San Jose, San Francisco, San Ramon. Yeah, and the reality is that most of the time when people rethink them, they continue to defend it. I mean, this is the... I don't know. Kevin Williamson is doing his, you know, non-apology tour. Fuck you. You get to take my baby away. You'll never take my freedom! Get out of here. Why can't you die? Yeah, so that's the second time in this whole game that my baby has been actually carried away by those things, so... Overall, that's why I don't care too much about stars. In that case, would have done me probably not even a lot of good, because I have no idea how it would have gotten over there if I had 3 times as long, so... Deep breaths, deep breaths. But yeah, so that's, I mean, VidCon as an opportunity to talk to people about their projects and learn more about them is kind of cool, but I've also come to realize that, like, the reality, another part of this is also that, unlike in previous years, like, making a better YouTube channel is not currently my primary side hobby. Trying to do things with Upgrade Cambridge and municipal broadband in Cambridge advocacy is my current, you know, primary project. So that is... so that's another factor in looking at VidCon, is that in addition to, like, the work-related stuff and everything else like that, there's also just the fact that, like, I'm not sure that it's where my primary interest and investment lies. So, I don't know. It makes me sad to not be excited about seeing, you know, the friends I've met along the way, but if you're not, you're not. God damn it. There we go. And he's got way more hit points than I expected. There we go. Oh, did you give up on going out, kitty? I forgot I was supposed to let you out after the castle. Hello. You want to say hi to the internet? Oh, Kitty wants to say hello. Say hello, Kitty! Hi. 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 Yeah, you can actually see, I don't know if you can see her, when I came home, got these bald patches on her legs. I took her to the vet, and they're like, we don't really know what that is, or why she would have it. But, like, all 4 of her legs had those. Kitty does not do collars. Every time she has a collar, she takes it off, like, instantly. But I agree, it would match better. I just also know that practicalities indicate that this is not a good idea. Anyway, do you want to go out? I'll open this for you. Good. Wow. Sorry, let me readjust here. All right. Back to the game. Oh no! I didn't realize that was death. That way death lies. Curses. Curses! Yes, try the stage again. Alright. So one thing that was common in the news today is a lot of people claim that net neutrality died today. No truth to that, it turns out. the FCC delayed for some reason. I still have no idea why. Nobody has any idea why. Their filing of the rule changes with the Office of Management and Budget, or whoever has to do the Paperwork Reduction Act work. And so as a result, net neutrality has not gone into, or the net neutrality repeal has not gone into effect. Senator Markey, my senator, Biz Markey, not Biz Markey in actuality, but Senator Ed Markey is currently working on a vote using the CRA to repeal or to roll back that regulation change. That vote will be held, I believe, in mid-May. I think he said one more month from, the April 15th date he held the event I was at. So he's got that going on and is trying to build up another thing. So his one more vote campaign is based on the fact that he currently has 50 co-sponsors for the legislation. And so he only needs one more vote in order for it to pass. Of course, even if it did pass, the president still has to sign it, and there's no way that it's, like, veto-proof if it only has 51 votes. So I'm really not sure exactly what the politics on that are, other than it forces people to put their stand on the table, right? It forces people to admit that, yes, this is something that I'm willing to, go to bat for my constituents over or not. So... there we go. But yes, so the FCC's net neutrality repeal. Oh. Has still not gone through. Senator Markey is still fighting it. Even if it does go through, it's expected that it will be heavily challenged in court because, turns out that it's kind of hard to defend as urgent an urgent change, a regulation that was just changed the week before, or the year before, like 2 years before. There's a whole bunch of shenanigans around that. The FCC is being sued by like something like 7 different states' attorneys, or like half of the states' attorneys in the country. But in the meantime, I concentrate on municipal broadband, and local control is a way to fix this. The reality is that the FCC, regardless of anything else, does not have our backs anymore. And so even if net neutrality does stay on the books, the idea that you can expect any kind of enforcement or anything else like that is pretty much non-existent. So you need to really be looking towards local control of networks to try and protect people from abuses by incumbent ISPs. And the best way to do that is with municipal broadband networks. City of San Francisco is currently putting out an RFP for these things. Their project is expected to cost something like $2 billion in total. But they're going to do, citywide open access network, fiber to the home. So it's interesting to look at all of the places that are looking at municipal broadband now. The town of Alford, which is a tiny town of about 300 households in Western Mass, just recently installed their first, they've got a Wi-Fi access node that's their first access point on the network, while they work on getting fiber rolled out to more places. So that's happening, and there's really I think there's like 16 towns in Massachusetts now that are either, actively building or have already built fiber or municipal broadband networks, so. Fort Collins, Colorado just won a lawsuit against Comcast related to this so that they can go ahead and move forward with their plan. Oh shit. Go. I'm done. That spin. Alright, this will be our final level for the night. I see my timing was pretty good. I said I wanted to finish this by 1:15. I think I've got a decent chance. But you can see, Dark, why I think that this is not something that I could have finished the game by 1:15. In fact, the timing has worked out pretty much exactly as I would have liked, so pretty happy with that. Oh. I was hoping I'd be able to go through that, but I could not. Oh, I think it's more complex than that, Professor Pie. While Citizens United certainly changed the, you know, the look of campaign finance and, like, changed a bunch of other things, I don't think that that is what killed consumer protections in general. I think that, you know, consumer protections going away is much more a side effect of the, you know, the Trump administration explicitly hiring the people who are best suited to destroying the departments they run as the people who are in charge of running those departments. So hiring people who want to destroy the Department of Energy as the head of the Department of Energy, hiring people who want to destroy the EPA as the head of the EPA. That's much more so what the root cause of that is, and that's not tied to Citizens United, but rather to you know, people who decided that they wanted to quote-unquote drain the swamp and made the choices that they did and who they elected in order to achieve that goal. No magic to it. Donald Trump and his administration do not care, in fact, would prefer a non-functioning government. Yeah, I mean, I certainly understand that's true. It's not clear to me that the reason that Trump got elected is because, like, is strongly tied to campaign finance. You know, Hillary had an extremely effective campaign, like, you know, fundraising campaign. I think that she had more money for a lot of the campaign than he did, and so it's hard for me to look at that as, like, a key factor in that particular race. The reality is that, you know, a lot of disaffected people were just really unhappy with the way things were, and they did not see a lot of evidence that a meaningful alternative was available, and so they made the choice that seemed right to them at the time. They were wrong, but hello, Taya Raiders. Hello, LJ Artistic Intentions and Visionary. It's good to see you. Happy Monday. Did you enjoy, were you playing Borderlands 2, Taya? I think I saw that go by on Twitter. Did you enjoy your time? Alright, what am I doing here? I can't go that way. Can't go that way. Yeah, and, like, if Trump got elected because Russia intervened, which, I will, like, you know, grant that that is certainly part of the story, I don't think money changes that. I have never played this game before, so this is a new one to me. I have seen lots of people play it, but I have generally avoided it because of that stupid crying baby, so... Fuck. Well. Yeah, I said that when I stream this again on next Monday, I'm gonna see if I can learn enough to do like a SNES ROM hack where I replace the sound with like a Chocobo's like Wark Wark or something like that instead. I've never actually played Borderlands, so it is completely unknown to me. Oh god. The Tay, are you going to VidCon this year? That's been one of my discussion topics over the much of the night. Am I going to VidCon? Is he gonna break that? No, okay. I feel like Borderlands is in the class of games like, oh, PAX West should be fun. I really enjoyed PAX. Okay, so now I'm up here, which is good. That was a place I couldn't get before. Give myself some, eggs here. Yeah, so I put Borderlands in a similar category to like the Fallout games. I don't know how much similar they actually have, but kind of a first-person shooter set in a future world. Is that right? I think of the Borderlands as having more of a maybe a Mad Max style, but I could just be imagining it. I'm not even actually sure I've ever seen it being played, so everything I say could be wrong, as is so often the case. Alright, let's get all these things. Alright. Cool. So now we go through here. That's just gonna take me back to... Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I assume this does nothing good for me. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the other cracked block is... here. Not very useful. Okay, so I think I've got to get across here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, need a key. Oh. Okay, so that was not super effective. Damn it. Do I need to come down on an angle in that and get it? Like, I feel like, because I need to get to that mid-ring. That's like the trick here. It is Baby Mario, yes. Baby Mario arrived from God knows where, and all the Yoshis were like, hey, it's a baby, we gotta take care of it. And so here we are. Hello, Mateos! God damn it. Wasn't being thoughtful. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why I have historically avoided playing this game, is because the Baby Mario character with his crying drives me freaking nuts. So I have generally avoided it, but here we are anyway. Okay. Okay, so now what I wanted to do is to try and like come around. Like that. That was what I was trying to do. Alright. Now I'm in here, which is good. And I got a key, which is also good. Now I'm gonna die on these spikes because that's just my luck, but... Made it across the spikes and in the door. Woo! Alright. Woo! Hat spin. No dying on spikes. This is not 1001 spikes. This is something else entirely. Oh god! You just go freaking Blackie 2 fishing for Mario? Get out of here. Ah! Boss, here I come. Bring it. This is gonna be my last boss of the night, and then we're gonna bail out. Let's see how it goes. Oh, now we're in weird monochrome land. I usually use the atomic heat thing on Tree Man. I also call him Woodman. Okay. Go forth and rock Yoshi's world. He's gonna get a lot bigger, isn't he? Alright. Okay, that did not work. Crap. Ah! Alright. Come on, Turtle Man. One. Assuming 3 here. I don't know. I am not aware of a reason you would. Which does not mean no. One, 2, 3, 4, and get your booty on the floor. Gotta get up, get down. Gotta get up, get down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your baby on the Yosh. Ah! You got me. Oh no! God damn it. Yeah, I need to get used to... Oh. Come on. Alright, turn around, baby. And down. Yes! I win! Power of the Rainbows wins again. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 da, ba, da, da. So that brings us to the end of World 4. And that is going to be it for you can tell that I'm a little bit because of that. But that's going to be it for tonight. We're not going to be able to beat the rest of the game in the last 10 minutes of the stream. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much, Teo Raiders, for hanging out. Dark Dragon for hanging out with us all night. I will be back again next Monday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and finishing this game up. We're going to finish up World 5 and 6. So thank you all for being here, for hanging out, for having fun, for talking with me and listening to me as I talk, because we all know that's the most important part of being here. I have had a lovely time tonight. I hope you have as well. I will give you one last glorious look at the glory of the rainbow. We got the tutu, we got the leggings, we got the socks, we got the armbands, we got the bow tie, of course, and you know, your spinny hat right here, right now. This Friday, I'll be playing something. I don't know what. Probably about a week and a half from now, I'm going to see if I can do... let's see. This Friday is going to be like the 29th. Okay, so in about 3 weeks, I'm going to get a Nintendo Labo kit and make that my Friday stream. But that's not going to be today. We're going to do that in a little. It's not gonna be today, it's not gonna be this Friday, and my daughter has some prep for prom the week after, so I don't know how we're gonna handle that. But Nintendo Labo kit stream coming up. In the meantime, it's been lovely to have you. Kexi, sorry to have you arrive just as we're finishing up. It has been lovely to stream for all of you tonight, but I need to get some sleep. Otherwise, I will not be awake. So, oh, Nintendo Labo. Nintendo Labo. Labo is the cardboard build your own thingies. So like you get cardboard and you put it together into various like things. Like they have like a piano you can put together, or the fishing reel, or these like cars that drive. Or the motorcycle, and then there's like the robot kit, which is what this is. So I'm gonna get not the robot one, but the variety pack that has the piano in it is I think the one that I want. So yeah, so the piano, little robots. Yes, that's right. This is. It stands for lab because they're kind of like build your own like lab things. So, yeah. So they're pretty cool. So they've got a bunch of different things that they're doing with them. Fishing, piano, blah blah blah. The piano's the one I've seen some people who had them, and they seem to like that. So that's what I'm interested in seeing. And so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, again, that's it for me tonight. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a lovely night, and I will see you on Friday. And if not on Friday, then I will see you next Monday to finish up Super Mario World Yoshi's Island, 9:15 p.m. next Monday. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.